Why we have polluted waters, noxious air, and damaged soils. These conditions resulted from non-enforcement of the Clean Water Act (EPA) regulations on concentrated animal feeding operations called CAFOs, beef feedlots, dairy farms, pork producers, broiler farms, and pullet and egg farms and breeding flocks. Phosphate pollution is evident in this NASA picture showing the blue-green algae formation in the western basin of Lake Erie and in Lake St. Clair at the top of the picture. Generally, liquid manure, about 12% solids, has about 6.4 pounds of phosphorus per 1,000 gallons. The original EPA regulations limited application to the amount of NPK required by the year's crop. The interpretation of the regulations has been litigated for 35 years because no one connected the dots relating to operational scale and its effects. Only a very small number of CAFO dairy farms produce the volume of manure needed to sustain a profitable manure conversion business. The problem is solved by aggregating the manure output from neighboring farms, including hog and poultry operations. A 1,000 head dairy farmer with a $10 million investment loses $500,000 every year by wasting manure, which is the most profitable byproduct of milk production. Billions of dollars have been wasted and lost over the 35 years of litigation in which the lawyers were the only winners. It is bad enough if money was the only loss. We have polluted our environment and we've lost 50% of our songbirds to extinction and hundreds of other species as well. We humans could be next. The farmer's field shown on the previous slide produced about 70% of a normal crop in 2015 because the crop only needed about 150 pounds of phosphorus for the entire field, but it got a ton. Negligent waste to dump an overflowing manure pit. A small dairy farmer in Tuscarawas County, Ohio, 10 years ago installed a pipe system from his manure lagoon to his fields and pumped the smelly liquid out to spray heads that flooded his fields with fertilizer. That, after 6 years, reduced his yields by as much as 40%. The recovery took 6 years, losing $400,000 for this farmer. This picture shows the Mississippi Delta, NASA pictures. Nationally, we've lost much more. Most Ohio surface drains to the Gulf of Mexico. These NASA pictures show the winter and summer dead zone in the Gulf, a huge area with no life. How many species died there? What is the cost of this externality? We can change this picture with the elimination of manure pollution and turn this disaster into opportunity. Critical mass, a scale of operations that is meaningful, will eliminate manure runoff when applied to an OHFC biogas facility like this. Visit our crowdfunding portal, capitalfunderscooperative.com, to see how you can be a part of eliminating farm manure pollution by turning shit into energy and great products for humanity, adding thousands of new jobs and wealth for the people ignored by the Wall Street banksters. We can do it, but only as a cooperative.